HD Ford River in Nashville. Live from the beautifully remodeled Eurostone Studios, we are Totally Hits 93.3, playing the greatest hits of the 80s and 90s. Totally Hits 93.3. We are Totally Nashville.
Hello, Ben.
We're talking Blue Raider football, live from the Boulevard Bar and Grill. It's Derek Mason Live. 1 hour of football conversation featuring the head coach of the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. Be part of the show by dropping us your questions or comments to BlueRaiderNet@gmail.com.
God, don't give me.
Tonight's show is presented by Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Bud Light, it's for the fans. Now, with Coach Derek Mason, here's the voice of the Blue Raiders, Chip Walters.
Welcome in to the Boulevard on this Monday night as we work our way through the 2025 college football season. Welcome into Derek Mason Live here on the Blue Raider Network, and glad to have the head coach with us. And, Coach, is it okay if I breathe now after this Saturday? My goodness.
Breathe.
A lot of excitement.
Breathe.
A lot of excitement.
You okay?
I'm okay. I'm always okay with a win, and the Blue Raiders got one in dramatic fashion, and that's why you play 60 minutes. You guys signed up for the full 60 on Saturday, and
right.
and I'm glad for it.
We did. That was going to be a ball game of us just having to overcome some things in order to find ourselves getting a win. I mean, we talked about it at halftime. It wasn't insurmountable, but the thing that we needed to do was focus, give ourselves an opportunity to give the ball back to our quarterback. And, you know, Nick made us right. Nick and that offense made us right. But it was a day where we saw ourselves getting to the red zone but not being able to capitalize, you know, fairly early in this ball game. And the longer those things go on, it doesn't make it easier, okay? No. It makes it a little harder. But I thought overall a resilient group, resilient effort, rewarded for playing a 60-minute ball game. And so, kudos to the Blue Raiders at altitude.
Absolutely. And I want to dive into a couple of things that you guys did not make a big deal out of,
right,
but you kind of prepared them throughout the week. Number one, you mentioned altitude. You're playing at 4,400 feet.
Right.
And if people were able to catch video of the game, the way the ball came off the kicker's feet,
you
could tell that you were definitely at altitude. Also, it was a 4-hour flight getting out there,
right,
in a very comfortable airplane, and nearly 4 hours coming home very late at night. You guys prepared them for that without making a big deal of it. And, you know, when you sit back now on the back end of it and look at it, you know, those are things that you have to overcome along the way,
right,
not to mention playing a football team that trying to defend their home turf.
Right. Listen, the first thing about traveling, anytime you travel, 3.5 hours plus, okay, dehydration plays a factor. So hydrating was important. Guys did a good job of hydrating. When we got there, nobody really noticed, like, the altitude. And,
that's right.
And believe me, sometimes it's better off just not talking about it, right? And so we didn't talk about it, but we knew in pregame, you know, a couple guys were like, hey, this feels a little different, like in pregame. And so as guys were working into a sweat and getting a chance to get a feel for, you know, like the turf as we do cleat check, they were like, yeah, it's a little tougher to breathe up here. But you know what? Nobody really talked about it. We brought oxygen, never really needed it. All these things that you try to prepare for, but you don't want to get into the mental mind game of giving players excuses to sort of go into places that they don't need to be. The game is tough enough. Let's play the game. And I thought
4 to 6 seconds every time they snap the ball.
Yeah,
that's all you're looking for.
Just 4 to 6 seconds. Just the 5 feet in front of them, right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm looking for. And I thought these guys did a good job, for the most part, of being resilient and fighting through it. So, what this win tells us about this football team is that the best is really yet to come. If you can score 2 touchdowns in 7 minutes, you got a chance to score. We just need to make sure that we can concentrate and focus on the things that need to be done, and that's the consistency. Like I talked about earlier, the consistency breeds the confidence, and the confidence gives us an opportunity every week to go play well.
After the game and here tonight, you've used the word resilient several times, and talk about that word and why that about your ball club. Why does that come to the forefront of your mind? And in those final 7 minutes, do you think that resiliency revealed character on this football team?
Yes, it did. No football game is ever going to be one the same. They're all different. They all have a life of their own, right? But I referenced something that we talked about in camp. I said, listen, in order to win ball games, you got to learn how to win in different ways. And they're going to present themselves. Moments are going to present themselves where, hey, look, whether you're playing from ahead, whether you're playing from behind, whether you're you've had a great first half and you sort of get boat raced in the third quarter and got to come back. I said, this is about running the race. It's about the marathon. And so you got to survive the marathon and punch back. We didn't versus Wisconsin. We didn't punch back like we needed to. In this game, we punched back, and we punched back just in the nick of time. We had enough plays. It took, like I said, 4 quarters, 60 minutes. But these guys kept punching. Man, turnovers. There were so many big plays in this game. One of the plays that nobody will ever talk about, okay, was the play of Anthony Bynum. Okay, they break off a 61-yard run. Okay, and I have 2 safeties that should have gotten it down. Instead, they're trying to go for the ball. Anthony Bynum runs as a defensive lineman, okay, 61 yards to make a tackle, okay, and 2 plays later, Jawan Gaston gets the interception in the end zone. If he doesn't run that play down,
Gaston never has the chance to make the interception.
Gaston never has a chance to make the interception. So, again, you talk about resilient, you talk about guys draining themselves. It was a great effort by a lot of guys, okay, that will probably go unnoticed because everybody looks at the score. But when you go back and watch the tape, there were several plays where guys were just straining, and that was on display.
The Blue Raiders led for a total of 21 seconds in the game at Nevada, but they led for the correct 21 seconds in the ball game and come home with a 14-13 win. Coach, we're going to give you an extra couple of minutes to get your wind here. We're going to roll some highlights of the game on Saturday. So, Connor, hit it.
Season 111 of Middle Tennessee football continues today from Reno, Nevada. Toe meets leather, and we are underway, and at 4,400 feet, the kick goes through the end zone. It's a touchback. It's Purdy now. He'll throw in a seam. They'll catch a man at the 20, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown. Bianco looks, throws toward the end zone. Ball intercepted. Middle's going to bring it out. It's Gaston across the 20 to the 30 and out of bounds. Jawan Gaston intercepted it 2 yards deep in the end zone and brings it out, and Middle is back in business. Woo! Purdy hands it off, and the play was blown up. DeMonte Smith almost took the handoff. Back to throw Purdy. Got hit as he throws. Up for grabs. It's going to be intercepted. Middle's got it at the 40. Jawan Gaston intercepts the football. Number 2. This offense needs something good to happen to it right now. Vattiato looks, throws, caught by Cox at the 5. Gets down to the 10, to the 1. Is he in? They push, and he is in for the touchdown. Middle Tennessee. Nick Vattiato hits Najee Cox on a slant, and everybody else came in with the tush push and got him into the end zone. Vattiato scrambles out of there. He runs it. He's in. Touchdown, Middle Tennessee.
Woo! I mean, that guy is tough as nails. Nick Vattiato put this team on his back on this last drive and went down the field and scored. He got nailed going into the end zone. What an effort. What an effort.
From 56.5. There's the snap. There's the kick. And it's going to be wide left. Middle wins. Middle comes to Reno. They roll the bones and get a big victory here today.
Of Middle Tennessee's win over Nevada on Saturday. And a lot of the plays you heard there we're going to be talking about as we continue. We come to you live tonight from the Boulevard Bar and Grill, our favorite sports bar, right across from campus. Back after this on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Hey fans, MTSU head coach Derek Mason here. Ascend Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, and they have a checking account that will help you grow your money smarter than ever before.
A high-yield checking account from Ascend earns an annual percentage yield of 3.56%. Plus, you can show off your Blue Raider spirit with an MTSU-branded debit card. Visit ascend.org to open your account today. Some restrictions apply. Rates are subject to change at any time.
MTSU's College of Education prepares teachers, leaders, counselors, and librarians to be difference makers in schools and communities. Faculty and staff are committed to helping students be the best professionals they can be so they can engage in the very important work of supporting children, families, and adults in Tennessee and beyond. Offering an array of bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degree programs, MTSU's College of Education has a program that's right for you as you strive to become a difference maker in your community.
Roscoe Brown's proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For over 85 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name for heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance are the leading experts in sports medicine and performance, and the team physicians for NFL, college, and high school athletes across Tennessee. TOA offers same-day appointments, walk-ins, and urgent care for acute orthopedic injuries that can't wait. TOA is proud to be the team doctor for Blue Raider Athletics. Having a specialized care team you trust can make all the difference in your athletic journey. To find a TOA location near you, visit TOA.com.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 155,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing, update your information, and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Clear.
Welcome back into Derek Mason Live on this Monday night, coming to you from the Boulevard. Blue Raider fans get ahead of the game with the best home services and facility services team in town for your heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical and home improvement needs. Lee Company is the team to call, 615-867-1000, or find them online at leecompany.com. Coach Derek Mason with us here as it is homecoming week here in Murfreesboro. We'll be talking about that as we continue, but the Blue Raiders made it home after a road victory, and something about road wins are just a little sweeter, and I call them double good. But
yeah.
in this game, you know, we heard some great plays in the ball game. Your first offensive series of the game, I mean, you are zip, zip, zip down the field,
yep.
But all of a sudden it came to a screeching halt. What anything you saw there, or did Nevada make a couple of good defensive calls there?
Well, they brought pressure, and here's what we know: sacks kill drives.
Yep.
Right, but also, you know, in our first couple of drives where we did have opportunities to get down there, penalties. You know, that's one of these things. You know, penalties and sacks kill drives. They just do. Right? I mean, it thwarts momentum, and it puts you, the one sack put us behind the chains, okay, and actually put us out of field goal range. And so when you start to talk about these things and what we're trying to do and what it looks like, we need to make sure for us that we finish drives, because those things early in ball games, those things sort of just push the momentum where you want it to go. And football's an ebb and flow game that's full of momentum. So if you can create it, it allows you or gives you an opportunity to keep it. And defensively, I think these guys are starting to find their stride. So as many times as we can give the ball back to our offense, I think we're going to be able to score some points. We just got to be able to find rhythm.
Yeah, and in that drive, you had it 2nd and 5 at the 19-yard line, but a 15-yard sack put you back at the 34.
Yeah.
So you're really kind of fighting back from there. And then, it was kind of for the rest of the quarter, it was, just a battle of the punters who really had their way of it with the thin air on Saturday. Nevada got on the board after they brought Purdy back in. Now, they started Bianco. You knew you had practiced for Purdy, but was it a complete surprise that Bianco played, or that 2 quarterbacks played? Because we may see 2 or 3 again this week.
Well, we saw it in pregame.
Yeah.
In pregame, we looked. Purdy wasn't taking the 1 snaps, and so we knew we'd probably see a different quarterback. But trying to change your full directive of where you're going, in the midst of that, is something that had to be done. So we just talked about a little more of his characteristics and what would happen. And so as we defended that and started to find ourselves catching rhythm defending that, they go to the second quarterback, which is Purdy, and right out the gate, okay, you see back in the backfield, tight end right on the hash, and they do what we call switch seams, okay, where the tight end runs the over, the back's down the seam, and he's uncovered. And
when the tight end comes through, he clears out everybody.
He clears out everything.
And it's just free reign for the running back on a wheel route.
Yeah, free reign, and it was a simple switch. But what happens is, again, with quarterback, you're paying attention to what quarterback is doing and not necessarily to what the running back is doing. And so not being able to see the child split with the running back, because the running back gave it away. You knew what he was doing. We just didn't catch the key in time. And again, an explosive play right off the bat. So now you're playing uphill.
Well, here's the other thing too, is you know that Chubba Purdy he can't wait to use his wheels.
That's right.
And all of a sudden your guys on defense see him come in the ball game and said, we got to watch him. We got to spy on him, watch his legs, and boom, right down the seam, it comes open. So, I mean, it's a natural reaction.
It is.
And but the thing was, they were up 10-0 and ended up being up 13-0 at halftime.
Right.
And the thing was, you felt like, okay, Middle's been in the red zone 3 times already, just didn't get any points. You figured, okay, it's just a matter of time before there's a bit of a breakthrough here.
That's right. I mean, we just kept putting money on black. We just kept saying, hey, look, eventually this thing's going to happen, right? I mean, we're in Nevada.
That's right.
You might as well bet a little bit. And so I thought defensively and special teams, man, we kept ourselves in it. And those just getting the ball back to the offense, you just knew at some point in time something good was going to happen. I mean, I'll bet on Nick Badiato anytime. And
now a handoff goes to Lacey, and Lacey takes it across the 20.
Second half started,
tackle of the season
Nevada
for him.
Gets a 64-yard play down
play
to the
action,
11-yard line. I'm
Yep.
not so sure.
Has an open
at that
man. That's
moment,
a big gain.
I thought, well, is something
Blue
good going
Raiders
to
across
happen
the
here?
40.
Well, it did, because
Shakes
Jawan
another
Gaston
tackler
stepped
down
up
to 35
and got the first
yard
of
line.
his 2 interceptions,
Cameron Lacey,
which, by
another
the way,
big play.
made him Conference
He
USA
has
Defensive
been
Player of the
the
Week
star
this week.
offensive player in this game so
Well
far
deserved.
for Middle Tennessee State. 41 yards.
But
this is a really good job by Battiato, too. When you're rolling out like this is a hard throw to make across your body. He delivers
a
this.
blade of grass, right? I mean, sometimes things are going to happen, but you got to keep
Middlebrook.
playing. I mean,
Big
as long as
seam
you
up
have
the middle, makes a man
defensive
miss.
Snap, there's an opportunity
Comes
for a
at the
stop.
30.
That's right.
Stiff arm at the
we get
20.
down there,
Dragged down about the 15-yard line.
It was
a
weird because
huge
they ran
play
the ball
from
down there,
Jaquel
but then they're throwing
Middlebrook.
shots to try to get in the end zone.
They need a touchdown
right?
here to stay alive.
They wind up throwing the football. He tries to throw into a tight window. And
complete
Jawan's
to
looking
Cox.
at him.
Cox
stare at
towards
Juwan
the end zone,
so Juwan just
pushing
stays
forward,
right where he's supposed to be.
Hit him in the face.
Hit him in the face. And for us, I know Coach Stu was like, get out. Juwan was like, no, I'm gone. So, that
and
that's
Middle
one of
Tennessee
those things
State
where
finally finds
Pater. The instincts of the athlete.
And this is a great
right.
job, not
All
only
right,
by
well,
Najee
that gave
Cox,
Middle
but the
Tennessee
offensive
new
line.
life. Will
they see their receiver trying to make a play.
Of this game where the Blue Raiders scored on their final 2 drives of the game to get the win.
Across the
Back
middle,
to the Boulevard
is
after
complete.
this timeout on the Blue Raider Network from Van
Juggled,
Wagner.
but pulled in.
Plan ahead and plan for success. Put Lee Company on your team for all your facility and home maintenance needs. They are proud to be an official partner of the MTSU Blue Raiders and have serviced homes and businesses for 80 years. For the very best heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical services, call Lee Company at 615-867-1000. Visit them at leecompany.com or call 615-867-1000.
Junior.
Yep.
Lady?
Yeah, they have it.
Gigantic.
You know it.
What about mega?
Yep, they've got that one too. When it comes to Jumbo Bucks, winning is the name of the game. In fact, Tennessee lottery players win an average of $2.3 million a day on Jumbo Bucks games alone. So find your jumbo-sized fun today. The Tennessee Lottery, game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Jumbo Jumbo?
Oh yeah, they even have that one.
Hey fans, MTSU head coach Derek Mason here. Ascend Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, and they have a checking account that will help you grow your money smarter than ever before.
A high-yield checking account from Ascend earns an annual percentage yield of 3.56%. Plus, you can show off your Blue Raider spirit with an MTSU-branded debit card. Visit ascend.org to open your account today. Some restrictions apply. Rates are subject to change at any time.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Plan ahead and plan for success. Put Lee Company on your team for all your facility and home maintenance needs. They are proud to be an official partner of the MTSU Blue Raiders and have serviced homes and businesses for 80 years. For the very best heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical services, call Lee Company at 615-867-1000. Visit them at leecompany.com or call 615-867-1000.
Junior.
Yep.
Lady?
Yeah, they have it.
Gigantic.
You know it.
What about mega?
Yep, they've got that one too. When it comes to Jumbo Bucks, winning is the name of the game. In fact, Tennessee lottery players win an average of $2.3 million a day on Jumbo Bucks games alone. So find your jumbo-sized fun today. The Tennessee Lottery, game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Jumbo Jumbo?
Oh yeah, they even have that one.
.93.3 FM. Totally hits. Totally Nashville.
There.
Welcome back to the Boulevard. Derek Mason live tonight as we come to you from the Boulevard Bar and Grill right across from campus. Homecoming week for Middle Tennessee. Marshall is the opponent, 6 o'clock on Saturday night at Floyd Stadium. Hope you can be here and be part of it. Big homecoming weekend. Hall of Fame induction on Friday night. We'll have the parade on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. and then, of course, the football game on Saturday evening. All right, Coach, we'll pick it up to kind of wrap up the game on we'll pick it up with 10 minutes and 39 seconds left to play in the fourth
one of the greatest
quarter.
college football players of all time.
A point where Nevada had the football first and 10 at their own 42-yard line, and once again, number 22
the first 2 weeks
decided to insert himself into the game. Jawan Gaston.
He probably wants to take advantage of that. secondary early on in this game to see if there's some shots that they can have. Very good high school quarterback, and kind of was recruited almost as an athlete, can kind of do it all for them as a punt return specialist. And then also obviously we've seen him week after week. We're Bellin on the catch and Bellin on the carry. Really well done job there. Here we go again, a heavier package under center. We got 3 tight ends in now in the game.
Play action pressure coming on Bianco. He's brought down.
The receiver actually did a really good
sack.
Job fighting back to
the Blue Raiders, 21 yards.
Had an easy pick, but Muhammad
Bianco to Brown. Now a handoff Herschel Turner, and he is muscled down to the turf by Parker Hughes.
How he can dice us up in the back end, and both quarterbacks have their abilities with running and throwing, just a little bit different skill sets.
I don't know whether he had
Bianco trying to find somewhere to throw the football, and he's going to stand in there and get slogged by 3 Blue Raiders.
Sure in the right spot.
Yeah, that's going to swing the pendulum a little bit on the yards per carry there.
Bianco across the middle, intercepted.
Just have a knack for the ball, right? And Juwan is
Blue Raiders, a big play on defense. They'll take it all the way to the 30. And a huge mistake by Bianco.
And so he was praising him about how he's kind of changed his mindset. Was a funny guy. Enjoyed kind of being that fun guy. And we see another play by number 95, Zion Simpson there. But again, those two really play off each other. Number 92, Devontae Smith.
And on a great start to drive for Nevada. Chuba Purdy hit as he throws.
At the 13-yard line, he hit Najee Cox
interception
at about the 5-yard line. Najee turned,
number
saw
22, Jawan Gaston.
What men there, but all of a sudden to the rescue, here comes all the Blue Raider offensive linemen, and we'll call it brotherly shove into the end zone. And it was strength on strength. And after the play, the touchdown was there. As soon as the play is over, the trainers had to come out because, as you said earlier today, that was about 1,400 pounds of men on either side of him that probably squeezed the breath out of him on a day where the air was already thin.
The air was thin, and believe me, he probably had all of it squeezed out of him on that particular play. But, kudos for, Lyman being aware and actually coming to his aid. And, the brotherly shove, as you call it, it gets us in the end zone, and now we're back in this ball game. I mean, we're one score away from making something happen.
Now, and here we go. Nevada gets the ball back. They've got it at their own 37. They knock off a 30-yard chunk play, get it to your 33. They eventually got it to the 25, which set up a 42-yard field goal that he missed.
Yes.
And which I'm not – I mean, that was a makeable field goal there. The later one was more of a tester. But what it did, it gave you new life. With 2 minutes and 15 seconds to play at your own 25-yard line, you had your timeouts.
Yes.
You had the 2-minute timeout.
Right.
And 75 yards to go.
And we needed all of it.
Needed every bit of it.
Yeah, we needed every bit of it. And that was the cool thing, right? So many things could have went wrong. And, when you talk about, 4 quarters, 60 minutes, every snap, we said that we needed that. We really did. We needed it in every phase, in every way. But, again, I come back to being resilient, and they were.
Couple of things about that drive. Number one, you pick up 4 first downs in that amount of time. And also, if I'm correct, Nick completed passes on that final drive to 5 different receivers.
He did. I mean, and look, I know we've talked about him having some weapons and, realizing that these guys are going to get going at some point in time. They got going at the right time. He was able to find his tight end. He was able to find, a couple of his wideouts. He found the back. Finding those guys, we moved the chains, okay? And to see what they were trying to do in the end, they actually spread it out and gave us an opportunity for Nick to run because it opened up like the Red Sea.
That's a bread and butter play you guys have.
Yeah.
Spread your 5 wides. And then, on a short yardage situation, it gives him an opportunity to pull it down and run it. And that's what happened.
Correct. I mean, we looked, okay, man, had spacing called, so I had an opportunity, to find the one-on-one.
Yep.
He looks for the one-on-one, but they're in, almost drop 8 coverage.
Yeah.
Well, nobody's defending him.
Nobody's guarding him.
Yeah, so.
That's right.
That's just not forcing it. And I think that was the key to to us having success. He didn't force anything. He took what the defense gave him. Okay, and I thought he did that for most of the day. I mean, you saw him make good throws. We had some drops, but when he needed his guys showed up for him.
They sure did. But still, 21 seconds on the clock. Nevada gets the ball back, and I got to give them credit. I thought their first play was terrific. It went from the 25 to the 43. It was an 18-yard pickup, and their receiver immediately caught the ball and took a knee, stopped the clock. That was a very smart play on his part.
Super smart play. We're thinking, okay, hey, look, do you protect the sideline or do you protect the middle of the field? Going back in hindsight, we probably, would have protected the middle of the field and make them throw to the sidelines because time is the enemy. It didn't matter at that point. But, they run high-low, man. They sit a guy down, and they run something in behind it. Okay, the backer bites on the cheese, or one of our backers bit on the cheese. Okay, I mean, it comes across, and I know you heard Parker say cheese
talk about
earlier,
that today.
And so the dig's right there, and Parker winds up he's close to the body. It's down, but now, man, it does stop the clock. They have to move the chains. It gets started right away, and now, what we're looking at is, okay, what do we have to defend now? Because it's a different situation.
Yeah.
Now you have to defend both the sideline and the middle of the field.
That's right. And then it comes down to one play, 4 seconds, 56.5-yard field goal attempt.
Yeah.
Did you feel pretty good at that point, or that guy had shown some distance, and on that kick, it would have been good from 65 or more maybe, but he pulled it.
He pulled it. I think this much. Was I confident? No, I thought at altitude anything can happen, right? Because the ball was traveling. Okay, it had traveled.
But it had to be at a fairly low trajectory.
It did. Okay, and we talked to our guys about putting pressure, on them, and I thought we did a good job of getting good push in the middle. So for him, he was going to have to hit a low liner, and with that, I think because of the long hands of Anthony Bynum and a couple other guys in the middle. He tried to move away from that, okay, because he had seen pressure in other games, and he just winds up pulling it left, and end the story.
Raiders win. 14-13 the final. We're about the halfway mark of Derek Mason Live tonight. Our special guest tonight is defensive lineman DeMonte Smith. He will be with us when we return after this on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Staff are committed to helping students be the best professionals they can be so they can engage in the very important work of supporting children, families, and adults in Tennessee and beyond. Offering an array of bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degree programs, MTSU's College of Education has a program that's right for you as you strive to become a difference maker in your community.
Roscoe Brown's proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For over 85 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name for heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance are the leading experts in sports medicine and performance, and the team physicians for NFL, college, and high school athletes across Tennessee. TOA offers same-day appointments, walk-ins, and urgent care for acute orthopedic injuries that can't wait. TOA is proud to be the team doctor for Blue Raider Athletics. Having a specialized care team you trust can make all the difference in your athletic journey. To find a TOA location near you, visit TOA.com.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 155,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing, update your information, and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
93.3 FM. Totally hits. Totally Nashville.
Clear.
With nearly 200 majors and concentrations for undergrads and more than 100 graduate programs, Middle Tennessee State University has something for everyone, including more than 50 online degrees. You want high-quality, affordable education? Not too late to apply. Learn more at mtsu.edu/how-to-apply. And a young man who is pursuing one of those many degrees is sitting next to me. Please welcome defensive lineman DeMonte Smith. Yes, sir. Your fan club showed up here tonight, big man.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Redshirt senior, Savannah, Georgia. You went to Island High School.
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about your hometown, because I'm kind of a fan of Savannah.
Right.
I've read about it in books. Obviously, if you watch the movie Forrest Gump, he's sitting on a bench in Savannah.
Right now.
Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. I don't know if you've read that or not. Happens in Savannah. A lot of voodoo, a lot of funky stuff out there in the swamps. What was it like growing up in Savannah?
It was fun, outside with your friends. Some nights, some all day, all night. You just run around the neighborhood having fun with your friends, betting bonds, betting lifetime friends, stuff like that.
But South Georgia High School football, where you took part, is a really good brand of high school football, isn't it?
Yeah, it's real good. I enjoyed it, even though I missed a year, my junior year. But it was fun when I returned on the field for my senior year. It was fun.
This is your 5th year here at Middle Tennessee, and do you start to feel, here we are going into the 4th game of the year? You're only guaranteed so many opportunities. Is that starting to play on the movie in your mind a little bit right now?
I always keep it in the back of my mind, but as of right now, I'm just trying to focus on the next opponent as we going through the season, take it one game at a time, and I just dwell on it when the time get here. So I just be trying to stay focused for the games that we got ahead of us instead of just looking that far down.
One of the things you have to put on your resume this year is, as a defensive lineman, you got the first interception for the defense this season, and it was I didn't know you were that good with ricochets, but you got a ricochet down near the goal line and found a way to bring it in. Talk a little bit about that play, and there's no way you could know it was coming, but you just had to have good reactions, I guess.
Yeah. It's just on that play, I had a movement, so I just was trying to work through. So they ran a screen play, so I knew I had to retrace, put my foot in the ground and retrace to the ball carrier.
There was a little tell he gave you, right?
Yeah. So, and on the defense, tips and overthrows, you got to get those. So it just fell right in my hands, and I was like, I'm trying to run. I'm trying to go to the end zone, but I ended up slipping. Quarterback got me. So
the quarterback got you?
Not for real.
Oh, okay. Not really.
I feel like I slipped.
I think that's the case. But what it did, it gave the offense an opportunity. That's what you guys are about.
Yeah.
You go to Nevada this week, and let's even go back to the Minnesota game. As an interior defensive lineman, I thought you guys left, or back to Wisconsin, I should say. I thought you left Madison. You guys on the front line had to feel pretty good going up against what was a big Wisconsin offensive line, because they didn't run it real well between the tackles, and that's where you're set up.
Right. So it's just no matter the opponent, just do what you got to do. take the coaching and play the technique, play as hard as you can, and just take care of what we could take care of, like control what we control up front. Because my coach always preached to us, the team go how the front goes. So it's a line, and Coach Mason always says it's a line of scrimmage game. So, we try to control the line of scrimmage and just be dominant, the more dominant possible.
What is it like playing not only for Coach Hargraves, but for Coach Stewart as well? Those two cats together, they've got a lot of experience. Right. They've coached a lot of ball over the years. Yeah. So it would seem to be the smart play to listen up to what those guys have to say.
Yeah, they give us a lot of knowledge about the ball. So it's just exciting to play for them because, like, they bring the energy. They know what it's like and what it takes to, like, get to where we want to go. So they just bring every day in practice, every day in meetings. They just bring it to. They just bring in the energy and bring in how football is supposed to be coached.
And tell these folks there are 3 things you guys want to do. You want to
win the Conference USA Championship,
right,
and the bowl game with character, integrity, and academic excellence.
Excellent. That's actually right. But on every play, there are 3 things you want to do, and they are
build a wall, set an edge, track a hip.
That's right. Build a wall, set an edge, track a hip. Yeah. I think we all get what build a wall and set an edge is. Yeah. Tell me what track a hip means.
Track a hip means I only could do it like by example. So if this the ball carrier,
well, I'm not going to line down against you.
So look, if this the ball carrier and this me right here, and he running, that just means track the inside hip.
Okay.
That's all that means.
And see, we got a camera right there, so everybody who's watching on Facebook, they know exactly what you're talking about.
That's what that means.
It's got to be a pretty good feeling in the defensive room that, I mean, nobody was happy with week 1.
Right.
You got better week 2. You got better week 3. Right. You're going in the right direction. Trending is a big thing these days, and you want to be trending in the right directions. Right. Talk about how this group is getting better and how they're getting better.
I see we getting better by just coming to work every day. Just focus on the small things that we could get better at, and like how we getting better. I feel like we got players that's holding each other accountable. Like that's not in their feelings, and like we're like coming together and we playing together for each other instead of just like trying to be individually successful. But I feel like we're trying to be successful collectively.
Yep, and I had a coach one time who had a phrase that always has kind of stuck with me. He goes, "Can you truly enjoy your teammates' success?" Yeah. And that's one thing you guys really do.
Yeah, that's
if Parker Hughes makes a great play, the first guy over there is going to be you.
Right.
If you make a good play, here comes Jawan Gaston. Yeah. You're all there pulling for each other.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what the coaches tell us to do. And like as we listen to the coaches and do what they tell us to do, and like try to become a brotherhood and become closer every day, that will come with it. Like it just, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's just like you got to be a football player in the football locker room to understand.
Yeah. Now we play Marshall this week, and I know it's homecoming, and you guys can't worry about all the other stuff that's going on with homecoming and all of that. You guys have to worry about this Marshall team as an opponent. They picked up their first win over the weekend as well. They beat Eastern Kentucky. Right. Now, I'm trying to think, did we play Marshall
my freshman year?
Your freshman year.
Redshirt freshman
year. Your redshirt freshman year. So you're not unfamiliar with playing the Herd. And we've had some crazy games with them in the past.
Crazy games.
And so away and home. It could be another one.
Yeah. They good, but they try to run the ball a lot. And
now they also may play 2 or 3 quarterbacks.
I saw that on film too. I did see that on film. But all of them still run the quarterback. They still might try to run the ball. So we got to stop the run. That's we got to, up front, we got to stop the run first before we let anything else leak out and deal with that later.
All right. That's the game plan right there. Let's talk about your academic plan. You're going to be close to graduating.
Yes, sir. I graduate
in December, and your major is
integrated studies.
And what do you want to do with that? I could see you being a D-line coach somewhere.
Yeah, I could do that, or like recreational things, like at the Boys and Girls Club, or like a little league football team or sports team or a whole sports organization, baseball, basketball, football. Because that's the things I did when I was growing up. So I just try to like give back, and stuff like that.
Do you enjoy as much the community service work you guys do? Because you all do a lot, whether it's Boys and Girls Club, whether it's the farmers market. You enjoy doing that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I do, and I be seeing some of the kids at the game, like, they just be happy to see us run out there. Like, win, lose, or draw, they just always happy to see us, like, as college football players, just doing what we do. I know they want to grow up to be like that someday, so we try to give them the best example.
Is that something that's in the back of your mind because you see them and you say, I got to make sure I do the right thing all the time?
Right.
Yeah. So, all right, here's a deep Brian Stewart question for you, okay?
Right.
What is your why? What is your driving force behind the way you're playing right now? What is DeMonte Smith's why?
My why? So, I was expecting a baby boy on November the 29th, but he came 14 weeks early at 26 weeks on August the 23rd. So ever since, I just try to play hard for him and do every decision I make, like on the field, off the field. I just try to make sure it's for him and like try to set a good example and like leave a good legacy behind. Well, for my son, yeah.
You do it all for your son.
Yeah.
Well, and that's a great way to do it. Big D, go get him this weekend, okay?
Appreciate you.
All right, thank you, man. DeMonte Smith has been our guest tonight. We'll take a timeout. Coach Mason back with us after this on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Plan ahead and plan for success. Put Lee Company on your team for all your facility and home maintenance needs. They are proud to be an official partner of the MTSU Blue Raiders and have serviced homes and businesses for 80 years. For the very best heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical services, call Lee Company at 615-867-1000. Visit them at leecompany.com or call 615-867-1000.
MTSU's College of Education prepares teachers, leaders, counselors, and librarians to be difference makers in schools and communities. Faculty and staff are committed to helping students be the best professionals they can be so they can engage in the very important work of supporting children, families, and adults in Tennessee and beyond. Offering an array of bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degree programs, MTSU's College of Education has a program that's right for you as you strive to become a difference maker in your community.
Roscoe Brown's proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For over 85 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name for heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance are the leading experts in sports medicine and performance, and the team physicians for NFL, college, and high school athletes across Tennessee. TOA offers same-day appointments, walk-ins, and urgent care for acute orthopedic injuries that can't wait. TOA is proud to be the team doctor for Blue Raider Athletics. Having a specialized care team you trust can make all the difference in your athletic journey. To find a TOA location near you, visit TOA.com.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of more than 155,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing, update your information, and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
93.3 FM. Totally hits. Totally Nashville.
Clear.
Welcome back into the Boulevard and Derek Mason Live, brought to you in part by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Middle Tennessee State University athletics, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Bud Light. Homecoming weekend coming up. Friday night we'll have the induction, the 50th induction of the Blue Raider Hall of Fame, and 6 new inductees will go in. From track and field, Jerry Singleton, who was the first African-American student athlete on this campus, a pioneer, will go in along with Ann Dudley. From volleyball, Ashley Adams, who was on 3 NCAA tournament teams. From men's basketball, the big cat, Warren Kidd, who was the first 1,000-point, 1,000-rebound guy in program history. And then from Blue Raider football, Garth Petrelli, who is now a fireman in Smyrna. And a guy you may have heard of, Kevin Byard, is going to go in, a defensive back now for the Chicago Bears. That'll be Friday night at 7 o'clock. And that's always one of the great things about homecoming is to welcome these Hall of Famers home.
Absolutely. They get a chance to come back to a place where they were able to lay roots and get a quality education and really, truly be known. Okay, man, and have an opportunity to show greatness, and they did it as Blue Raiders. They get a chance to be inducted, and hopefully everybody shows out, man, because this should be a great event.
Yep, absolutely, and a great event on Saturday at 6 o'clock when the Raiders play Marshall. Got a handful of audience questions tonight. Here's one for you. Is there a consequence for players who receive a dead ball personal foul? If not, why? Penalties and turnovers are drive killers. I may have heard somebody say that earlier tonight. Overall, great win. Any win is a great win. So how do you handle responsibility for penalties?
Yeah, they're within their group. I mean, like for me personally, I'm a stickler about penalties and talking about penalties and what they do. I think there's consequences, for those, whether we run half-gassers or we've got different mechanisms, for these penalties. But I think in the moment what you try to do is get, young people to understand the significance of what they do, and that's probably the toughest thing, right? Because there's a consequence for it. So, yeah, we could do it after the fact, but it's almost like back in the day when you used to, a day later, you'd actually paddle a child, right?
Yeah.
It's sort of just like, okay, they get it. Yeah. So now just understanding they get it. We just have to be smarter in the moment, and really what it comes down to is some emotional agility. Right, man, because I know you're amped up, but at the end of the day, there's some things we can't do, and we have to be in the moment.
Absolutely. Okay, on the first touchdown play, It looked like Najee Cox ran the same route he had run on the previous play and was totally uncovered. The caller here said, "I was glad to see you run it again."
You know what? We did. We came right back to it. When you see openings, a lot of times it's going to be open again, right? So we came back to it. We were able to find Najee. That score was huge. The catch was huge. And one of many big catches he made on the day.
It's fun to watch him come in and, here's a guy who came from the West Coast.
Right.
Never been to Murfreesboro before in his life. But, man, he has come on and certainly made a name for himself. And, we've known players – forever in our careers that have that personal pride about making a name for themselves and how they want to be remembered. You can just see that in Najee Cox.
He's a competitor.
Yeah.
I mean, everything he does, he competes in. School, good student, really good person. When you get a chance to talk to him or meet him, we got to bring him down to the Boulevard so people get a chance to meet Najee, because Najee is incredible. His story is incredible, but the way he competes, off the charts, man. He just loves to be the guy in the moment.
Yep. And not a question, but an observation. So impressed seeing the entire team singing the fight song on social media after the game. Fans like that.
Well, everybody had to learn the fight song like during the offseason. Started with the summer, so we went by position group. And then in the end, we put it all together just to harmonize it, to see what it would sound like. And you know what? It wound up being one of the coolest things. These guys can't wait to sing the fight song, right? So, I mean, you got to win to do it. So let's win.
That's right.
Okay, man, you win, you get a chance to sing it. So let's sing it, right? So we plan on singing it a lot more, so let's go rack up these wins.
Maybe we need to apply to Greek life to see if we can get football into the fight song competition next year.
I think they'd be pretty good at it.
I think they might.
Yeah,
we may have something going there.
Right.
And I think we got support for that.
Right.
Marshall coming in, new coaching staff there. They were 0-2, won their first game against Eastern Kentucky this week. Kind of give me a little thumbnail on what you see. Give me a good minute on the Thundering Herd of Marshall.
You know, the Thundering Herd of Marshall, they're going to have multiple quarterbacks defensively. They're more of a 3-3 stack defense in terms of what they do. And they want to pressure from the 3-3 stack, but they're also going to, look to play bend but don't break defense in the red zone. Special teams wise, they got a couple of dynamic returners, and the thing that we have to do is stop the run, put this group behind the chains, give ourselves a chance to get the ball back to our offense, and we got to score.
Yep. And, you were in the red zone 5 times the other day.
Right.
I know you're not happy with just scoring on 2 of those.
Not happy at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
they
happy.
Were great. We got them, and it won the game, but
I'm happy that those 2 wind up being the 2 that were needed and necessary for the win. But we have the talent pool. We have to cash in. Okay, and cashing in early puts more pressure on the team that you play. So let's cash in early. Let's make sure we can get to the red zone often and let's score.
All right, let's take a final break. Back in 2 minutes with Coach Derek Mason for his final comments here on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Junior.
Yep.
Lady?
Yeah, they have it.
Gigantic.
You know it.
What about mega?
Yep, they've got that one too. When it comes to Jumbo Bucks, winning is the name of the game. In fact, Tennessee lottery players win an average of $2.3 million a day on Jumbo Bucks games alone. So find your jumbo-sized fun today. The Tennessee Lottery, game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Jumbo Jumbo?
Oh yeah, they even have that one.
Hey fans, MTSU head coach Derek Mason here. Ascend Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics. And they have a checking account that will help you grow your money smarter than ever before.
A high-yield checking account from Ascend earns an annual percentage yield of 3.56%. Plus, you can show off your Blue Raider spirit with an MTSU-branded debit card. Visit ascend.org to open your account today. Some restrictions apply. Rates are subject to change at any time.
Plan ahead and plan for success. Put Lee Company on your team for all your facility and home maintenance needs. They are proud to be an official partner of the MTSU Blue Raiders and have serviced homes and businesses for 80 years. For the very best heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical services, call Lee Company at 615-867-1000. Visit them at leecompany.com or call 615-867-1000.
Roscoe Brown's proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU Athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For over 85 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name for heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown.
Roscoe Brown.
Yes, sir.
93.3 FM. Totally hits. Totally Nashville.
You're clear.
Welcome back into the Boulevard final segment tonight. Homecoming week for Middle Tennessee. The Marshall Thundering Herd into Floyd Stadium this week. And Derek, homecoming every week right here at the Boulevard. We've got some dedicated folks that come out each and every Monday night.
We do as we talk about it, right? I mean, I just want to say thank you to the Enzo family, the Campbells, the McKnights, the Witherspoons, the Warris of families. These people have been fantastic in terms of them coming out, them showing up. It's been like that, over 2 seasons. So I just want to say thank you to Blue Raiders everywhere. Take care. Let's go Blue. Let's get ready for homecoming.
That's right. Homecoming weekend. On Friday at noon, they'll have the Golden Raiders, which means you've been out of school 50 years. And there's something that doesn't math on this, because that means that the class of 75 is going to have been out of school for 50 years, meaning I'm getting a whole lot closer to being out of here for that long. But that's not going to be me just yet. But welcome everybody back this weekend. Have a great time. Final non-conference game of the year. What do you want to see out of your guys this week?
Well,
continue